We want to welcome you all to our webinar workshop this beautiful Wednesday morning. We appreciate you spending just a small part of your day with us. My name is Brian Griffin, a marketing assistant here at Messer Financial Group. Many of you are already familiar with Messer, but in case you don't know, we are an FMO located in beautiful Mint Hill, North Carolina. We started with only 2 agents, and we're now serving thousands of agents across 40 states, and we are still growing. Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at a company that many times is actually overlooked, but has one of the more diverse product portfolios available in the industry. American National has been consistently serving clients for over 100 years, and they are still growing. Today, we'll be talking with John Rolandelli, a national sales manager with American National. He's been in the insurance industry for over 40 years. From sales and management to senior marketing officer with 2 major insurers, he spent 15 years with American National, and we're so lucky to have him share his wealth of knowledge with us today. So before we do get started, I want to go over the housekeeping rules. So we're going to hold all questions until the end of the presentation. If you have a question, type it in the box on the right-hand side of your screen, and we'll address your question at the end of the presentation. So now, without any further delay, Mr. John Rolandelli.
Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you, Brian. And that was a great introduction. I think we're going to take you on the road. I appreciate everybody joining us this morning. And what I'd like to do is just not get into the weeds, but just give a basic overview of our products. And some of you may already be familiar with us, but as Brian said, many times we are overlooked. We have a complete portfolio of life products that can pretty much fit just about any need that may come up. The good thing about our portfolio is that it's not a complicated product portfolio, and I'll explain that as we go through it. First off, I would like to, as usual, everything was working, and here we go. There we are. Our portfolio consists of life products as well as a full spectrum of annuity products. Annuities will be covered at another time, but just know that we are in that marketplace, and we are a very, very competitive annuity company. On the life product side, we have 5 basic life insurance products. We will touch on each of them today, but I will really focus on only 2 of them that are our biggest sellers and which will fit most of your clients' needs. We have a GUL product. We have a full-term portfolio. We have our cash cow, which is our performance signature IUL product. We have a standard, vanilla UL product. And we also have a whole life product that may be very attractive to the Messer distribution. Let's first touch on some of our underwriting, because everybody is concerned about underwriting and how easy is it for you to get your cases issued. And that's what we want to focus on, is the ease of issuing business. You can submit either a paper app or an electronic app. We're getting now over 70% of our business is electronic. And we've certainly converted a few people that have been resisting during this pandemic when it's very difficult to get to sit face-to-face with people. Fortunately, our business has gone electronic, and if it hadn't gone electronic, just imagine what position most of us would be in today, not with the ability to do business through the magic of the electronics. So underwriting, we offer an accelerated underwriting program on all of our products. What I am going to talk about right now is on all of our products across the board. So there isn't any special product you need to go to get this special underwriting. All of our products are underwritten through an accelerated underwriting program. Up to $249,999, we call it express underwriting. We will only issue standard or substandard classifications. All right, so $249,999 and under, you cannot get a preferred classification, no matter what. The only way we issue it is standard or substandard. There's no automatic exam required. We're going to do an MIB, a script check, and we'll do the new risk classifier, which is being used by, excuse me, most insurance carriers today. And hopefully within 3 to 5 business days, you'll have a result. That does not mean we cannot ask for an APS. This is not guaranteed issue. It is just no automatic exam required. All right, we're getting quite a good, substantial amount of our business is being issued within 3 to 5 business days, under 250,000. Now, for 250 to $1 million, we still do not require an automatic exam. All right, and all we're going to do is an MIB, a script check, and a risk classifier. However, all right, you have to submit it via electronic application in order to qualify for Express Plus. If you submit a paper application, all right, you will not be able to get the accelerated underwriting benefit over 250,000. Under 250,000, it doesn't matter, paper or electronic. Over 250,000, it has to be an electronic application. And all classifications are available. So you can get preferred plus, standard, preferred, whatever the classification is that you fall into. Now, we'll put a caveat on that. Now we have COVID-19. So what I just said about electronic application only, we have suspended that during this pandemic. So you can submit paper or electronic application up to $1 million, and we will underwrite it according to the Express Plus underwriting guidelines. So just be aware of that. A couple other things that are going on now. With underwriting, we want to get as much business out as quickly as possible, and a lot of the vendors, the paramed vendors, et cetera, are not going out, or very slow going out, or going out this week, next week things may change. So what we've done is we've put an underwriting process in place where if there's an NIA required, they're not going to have to be, we're not going to hold the case up just because the NIA hasn't come in. We will notify you, the agent, that there is a NIA. Do you want us to issue the case? Yes. Okay, we'll issue it. We'll get it in force. We'll get the NIA to you. NIA meaning not issued as applied for. Get your client to sign it and get it back. We're still going to need it back, but we're not going to hold up the case. So there's a lot of underwriting concessions that have been taking place in this pandemic situation to help expedite underwriting, to help the agent get paid quicker, and to help the processing perform much easier for your clients. All right, let's get into the product portfolio a little bit. Our Guaranteed UL product, this is our premier product. We, without question, right off the bat, I can tell you that we are the competition when it comes to Guaranteed UL. And our Guaranteed UL product is designed to really focus on the older ages between 40 and 75. We will win 99% of the time. If you're in competition, get our illustration and meet the competition head on. This is a guaranteed product, guaranteed not to lapse as long as they pay the premium. It's designed for people that need higher face amounts, that are wanting to keep permanent life insurance with a no lapse guarantee. And it's a very comprehensive product. You'll note as we go through our portfolio that all of our products are very comprehensive. There's no bells and whistles that have to be added. All the bells and whistles are included. And as I go through this, you'll see what I'm talking about. What you're looking at now is a pricing structure. This is our 2019 pricing structure, and it shows how competitive we are at those older ages. As I said, our sweet spot is 40 to 75, and you'll see here that at just about every classification, at every age group, we are 1, 2, or 3, and when we win in 99% of the time. Having said that, today we're having a price increase on this product. Don't get all excited about that. Everybody, every company in the industry has had price increases on the Guaranteed UL. All right, we are putting it in force today. Our price increase still maintains our competitive position as you see here. All right, so we have not changed our competitive position at all. As other companies have increased their premiums, we have had to increase our premiums, but we have increased our premium and maintained our competitive position. So you haven't lost anything from a competitive standpoint. As I said, we have a comprehensive product. Our guaranteed UL is very highly competitive at those ages that I mentioned, 40 to 75. And I say that because that's the age group that really buys a lot of this type of product. All right, it's that middle-aged group that needs permanent life insurance, and this is the product they're going to. It includes express underwriting and includes our living benefits, which is critical, chronic, and terminal illness. Includes a cashback option. I'm going to get into all of these, and it includes an automatic table reduction from a table 4 to down to as low as standard. So, what is a cashback option? If any of you have ever sold return of premium term insurance, where you get your money back, that's exactly what this is. A cashback option will give the client a percentage of their premium returned in a specific year. In our case, it's years 15, 20, or 25, or a percentage of the benefit, whatever is less. In an example, under 250,000 in year 15, we'll give back 50%. Years 20 and 25, we'll give back 100% of the premium, or 45% of the death benefit, whichever is less. Over 250,000, those numbers go up. We'll give back 65% in the 15th year, 100% in 20 and 25, or 65% of the death benefit, whichever is less. Now, what does that mean? All right, let's assume you have a person here who I believe this person is 65. Obviously, we make high premiums. It looks like a lot of money, which it is, but it certainly illustrates what kind of return the person would get. In year 15, they would have paid over $200,000 in premiums. They're going to be getting back 65% of the premium. I believe this is a $500,000 policy for each person age 65. So they're going to be getting back 65% of the premium if they want, or 65% of the death benefit, whichever is less. Well, on a $500,000 policy, 65% of the death benefit is $325,000. Well, 65% of the $200,000 premium is $131,000. That is the lesser of the amount, so they will get back the $131,000. If they continue and in year 20 they say, okay, what do I have available to me? They will get back 100% of the premium. In that case, it's $270,000, or 65% of the death benefit. And again, $325,000. Again, the premium is the lower, therefore they would get back the $270,000. In year 25, the premium is a little bit more, therefore they would get back the lesser of the two, and in this case, they would get back to $325,000, or the 65% of the death benefit. Now, this option is an all or none situation, and it is only available in years 15, 20, or 25. They have 60 days to make the choice. At the end of 60 days, if they don't indicate that they want to turn the policy in and get their money back, they will continue till the 20th year. And they can stop it at any time, but these options are only available in years 15, 20, and 25. They're not available in year 16 or 17 or year 15 and 5 months. It's only available on the anniversary date, 15, 20, 25, and they have 60 days to make the decision as to whether or not they want to get their money back. What I like to recommend to people as a suggestion is sometimes you have a client that's looking for $1 million of life insurance. Maybe you don't want to give them, if you're going to be selling them this product, maybe you don't want to give them $1 million under one policy. You may want to split it up, because the flexibility is available there, because they have to turn the entire policy in order to get the money. So their insurance needs are going to change down the road. Perhaps down the road in 20 years, they may not need the full $1 million. They can turn in $500,000 and get their premium back. Anyway, just something to think about as you're making your sales and you're talking to your clients. The product also includes living benefits, which is our critical, chronic, and terminal illness. Our terminal illness is 24 months expected death. Critical illness has 16 different triggers, which is among the most in the industry. And our chronic illness is a client cannot perform any of the 2 of the 6 daily activities. Again, this is on the product. It's included at no additional premium. Now, we have a unique feature within our living benefits. You can either take a lump sum benefit, meaning we issue up to $2 million of living benefits, which is the most in the industry among any carrier. All right, so the client can get a $2 million benefit. Over age 65, they're eligible for, this is at date of issue, $1 million benefit. They can either take a full acceleration or a partial acceleration. And I'm spending time on this because this is available on all of our products. The cashback option that I just talked about is only available on this product. But the living benefits that I'm talking about now is available on all of our products. Now, the client can take a full acceleration or a partial acceleration. Full acceleration would mean if they had $1 million and they wanted to turn it in, they would turn the policy in and we would give them their full eligible benefit. Partial acceleration is where we are a little different from our competitors in that we allow the client to make the choice. The client can say, I want 10, 15, 20, 30% of the benefit. So to keep it easy, if they had $1 million and they wanted 30%, we would offer them, whatever the benefit is, but let's say it's 300 just to keep it easy. We'll offer them 300,000. They say, okay, we give them the 300,000. We reduce the benefit from $1 million to 700, and we reduce the premium in accordance with the face amount. They can come back within the next 30, 60, 90 days and ask for more money. And we'll recalculate it again. And whatever the actuaries come up with the magical number, we make it available. If they accept it, again, we give them the money, reduce the face amount, and reduce the premium. So they can come back as many times as they want in any given year. There's no cap on it. Whatever the benefit available is, they are eligible to get. So it adds a lot of flexibility to the client for their future insurance needs. The waiting periods are terminal illness, obviously, there are no waiting periods. On chronic, it's 90 days prior to claim. And on the critical illness, it's 30 days after the qualifying event. So a lot of carriers have a couple-year waiting period. There are different waiting periods within different carriers, but our waiting period is pretty liberal. California has a little bit different. If there's anybody on the line in California, I'm not going to go through the details, but it's only available up to age 65, the living benefits, and you need a supplemental application, and the chronic rider is not available on our term product. So just take a look at more details, but it's governed by California state law. So just be aware of that. This product also includes a late payment contractual guarantee, meaning that you can make your payment within 30 days of the due date, and it's guaranteed not to affect the life insurance. For those of you saying, well, you have a 30-day grace period anyway. With guaranteed UL, in most cases, if the premium is not paid exactly on the due date or before, it would affect the long-term guarantee. And that's just the way guaranteed UL works. You wouldn't lapse it, but it would affect the guarantee. So if you had a guarantee until 120 and you didn't pay it on the due date, it may only now run until 118. In our case, we give the client a 30-day window that they can pay their premium within 30 days, and it will not affect the guarantee, and that is guaranteed by contract. I mentioned the table 4. If they were to get rated table 4 or lower, we will automatically reduce the rating to as low as a standard. So in a nutshell, I talked about a comprehensive package. This product, which is our premier product, is our most competitive product in the insurance industry today. We're number one without question between the ages of 40 and 75. We have a guaranteed payout option in years 15, 20, and 25. We have up to $2 million of living benefits for critical, chronic, and terminal. You have a lump sum and a partial acceleration benefit. We have a contractual late payment guarantee. We have express underwriting up to $1 million. All we do is an MIB and script check and an LRC, and it has an automatic premium reduction. So you can see that it's a total comprehensive package, and it certainly provides a lot of flexibility for your client. All right, what about our term portfolio? For those of you that are not familiar with American National, I'm just going to go give you our Field Support Center number. It's on the screen right now. Our Field Support Center is there for you. It's there to do illustrations if you need them. It's there to answer product information if you need them. They're your first line of offense. If you're out in the field and you need an illustration, they can do it and email it to you. All right. If you have information on pending business, this is where you go. This is the only number you need to know, and they can get you where you have to be if it's someplace else. All right. So know this number. It's 1-888-501-4043. Also, for those that may not have been on our website yet, our website is www.anicoweb.com. And that website is very easy, user-friendly. You don't need a code number to get in there. You can go around, look at all of our products. Everything I'm talking about today is in there on details, brochures, product information, whatever you may need. Question and answers in Spanish and in English, etc. All right, what about our term portfolio? I talked about our two main products. The one product is the one we just discussed, and the second product, which is selling tremendous amount of product, is our term portfolio. Our term portfolio is very competitive. However, it's not going to be the cheapest on the street. Whoever is number one today, next month, 2 months from now, somebody else will be number one. We didn't want to get into that game. What we wanted to do is be able to provide you as agents and your clients a lot of flexibility so you can maintain and keep your client rather than them having to go on to other companies. So we offer a portfolio of 5 term products: annual renewable term, 10, 15, 20, and 30 year. Again, a comprehensive term package. Okay, we offer product in New York as well as in the 49 other states. And New York obviously is a different company. You have to get licensed with that specific company, but our products are available in New York as well. Minimum face amount in non-New York is 100,000. New York is 50,000. What I thought I'd do is take you through a scenario to show you the flexibility and the value of our term portfolio. I'm not going to get into rates or anything. All right, but the lowest form of term insurance is annual renewable term, and we, without question, you can compete, you can compare with anybody. We are the lowest annual renewable term product on the street. When you go to your client and they want to buy a term product, and it's usually 20 or 30 year term, but many times a client, they can't afford it right now, they don't know, whatever. Try and get them into an annual renewable term. It's the lowest cost term product. It's convertible, and what you're doing, especially in today's market with the pandemic, is you're ensuring their insurability for the future. All right, so they come in on the lowest premium product because they do need insurance, and within the first 3 years, you can convert them to another term product at no insurability. All right, no evidence of insurability. So if they come in at the annual renewable term, within 3 years, you convert them to a 20 or 30 year term product. All right, now you've levelized their premium. You get a new commission on the new sale of the new product on the difference in the premium. And now they're locked into a 20 or 30 year premium. So they know what their guaranteed premium is for the next 30 years. They can convert that at any time. But if they decide to convert it within the first 5 years, they'll get a 100% conversion credit to their new permanent plan. Conversion credit is 1 full annual premium. So they started with the lowest premium of the annual renewable term. You converted that to a 20 or 30 year term, got a new commission on that, on the difference in premium. And now you convert this and you get a new commission on the new premium on the permanent plan for the difference in premium. So you've taken them through the entire gamut of term insurance to permanent. You've been able to keep them with American National. All right, you've been able to keep them as a client. And the beauty of our term product is they can convert at any time to any one of our permanent plans we have available at the time of conversion. So if we come up with a new plan in 3 years, whatever it might be, and they wanted to convert to that, they're eligible to convert to that. Most companies, you have to convert to a specific product, and that product is loaded because they want to take adverse risks. They don't know who. Usually sick people are the ones that want to convert, but we allow our clients to convert to any one of our permanent plans available, which is a very, very important part. So just be aware of that. So our term portfolio consists, again, package approach, 5 products. It includes the annual renewable term, 10, 15, 20, and 30-year product. It includes a term-to-term conversion where you can take the annual term and convert it to a 20 or 30-year term within the first 3 years. It includes the Underwriting Express, which we talked about earlier. It includes the living benefits, which we talked about earlier, up to $2 million for critical, chronic, and terminal illness. All right, we are one of the few companies that include living benefits on term insurance. And it includes the 100% conversion credit when they convert the 10, 15, 20, or 30-year product to a permanent plan within the first 5 years. So it's an overall comprehensive program for your client. So the GUL term insurance, those are our 2 premier products and our niche products. Another product we have is, I like to call it the plain vanilla UL product. You don't see too many of these out there. Everybody's selling bells and whistles, but we have this strong UL product. It's a minimum 100,000 face amount. It's available up to age 85, has a 3% guaranteed interest rate, and has a couple riders, children's riders, and it includes living benefits, and it has a 15-year surrender. It's a cash value product, not significant cash, but it's a lower premium product, not as low as the GUL, all right? When you're, but if the person is looking for a cash value product, permanent life insurance, this is a product you can take a look at. They use it a lot in younger people under the age of 45 that are looking for a permanent life insurance program. Now, this is a product that a lot of Messer agents may be able to use quite a bit, and that's our whole life product. It's a participating whole life plan. Our minimum face amount is $10,000. It's a dividend product. It does pay, have cash value accumulation. It goes through our underwriting, but I can tell you, anything under 50,000 is issued pretty quickly, unless somebody really has some medical issues. This is not designed for senior market. It's a fully underwritten life insurance plan. Excuse me. However, if you're in the senior market and you're providing guaranteed, life products, as you know, those products are pretty heavily priced, and your client may be very healthy, but it's just an easy way for them to get life insurance, so they don't go through the underwriting process. You can take that same dollar with a healthy person and show them our whole life, get them a lot more insurance, and with a very, very minimal underwriting process, MIB, script check, and a full commission product. So take a good look at our whole life. I'm seeing a lot of agents that are working in that senior marketplace using our whole life product, and they are getting issued pretty easily, pretty quickly. It's not meant for somebody that's is sick or has an issue. But if they have a little high blood pressure, whatever, that's no big deal. It's under control. That's an easy issue. So just be aware of it. It's available, minimum 10,000. It very well may fit your market. Next time you're going out selling whatever you're selling on the guaranteed side, senior market, compare them and take a look. Send in 2 apps, see how it works, and go from there. Know it's available. Know it's part of your portfolio. And again, this product, you can add the term products to it. You can build a family plan. You can put up to 4 times whatever the specified amount is in term insurance. So if you wrote 100,000 whole life, you could put another 400,000 of term insurance on there at a very low minimum, and you can start converting that term insurance down the road. So just be aware of it, look into it. It includes living benefits as well, critical, chronic, and terminal illness. So it's a good, strong whole life product, and it is a very good cash value accumulation product. So be aware of that. And the final product is our Index UL. I don't know how many of you write index UL. I'm going to go through this very quickly. I'm not going to get into the weeds. I'm just going to give you an overview of it. This is our cash cow. So if you're writing somebody who's looking to accumulate cash, the product you want to put them in is our UL product, our signature performance indexed UL product. It's linked to the S&P 500 and only to the S&P 500. That's they can come home at night and know that they've made money or they haven't lost money, because with a zero floor, nobody loses any money with it. All right, it's known for its flexibility and, again, the package approach. We have 5 investment strategies. We have, they reallocate monthly instead of annually. It includes living benefits that I talked about earlier, living benefits up to $2 million for critical, chronic, and terminal illness. It has Underwriting Express, which we talked about earlier. It has a rolling target premium. What that means is that if the target premium is $5,000 and the client only pays $3,000 in the first year because it's flexible premium, all right, they will still, in the second year, you will still continue to get first year commission up until they pay the next $2,000. So you will continue to get full commission for the first 24 months until they pay the full target premium. So know that as well. Most companies don't do that. At the end of 12 months, they go into a renewal stage. Provides overloan protection, so it won't turn into a mech. It has flexible and variable loans, guarantee, and it's an accumulation and distribution product. Minimum face amount is $25,000. We talked about that, and the 5 investment strategies are: it's a fixed account. Right now, our fixed account is paying 3.5%. It has a value account, which has 100% participation with a zero floor, meaning they cannot lose any money as long as they don't take any money out of the product. It'll continue at a zero floor. What that means is if they had $100,000 of cash value, we'll just use January 1. And next January 1, the S&P went down 20%. They have a zero floor, therefore they don't lose any money. They keep their 100,000 and they start their next year with 100,000. Next year it goes up, then they will get an increase in the face amount, in the cash value amount. We have an uncapped strategy. The uncapped strategy means that whatever the S&P pays, they will get paid minus a fee. And that too, you can look at all that, the details. I just want to give you the overview. And then we have 2 multipliers. A multiplier is they get a guaranteed increase in their cap on their IUL product, so they get a guaranteed increase in their interest rate. And those guarantees are 24 and 60%. And what that does, it costs them a few, I think 1.9% for the 24%, and 60% is 3.65% off the off the gain. So the benchmark or valued approach, you have 100% participation by contract, guaranteed. You have zero floor, so they're guaranteed not to lose any cash value in any given year. And it has a cap, and right now the cap is 9.5%. The uncapped has an interest that works the same way. They can't lose any money. Has 100% participation. That's important because a lot of companies don't have 100% guaranteed participation. They'll show you a higher cap, maybe a 20% cap, but only a 50% participation. That means that the most you can get is 10%. All right, so just be aware how that works. And then there's an interest rate spread. Right now, our interest spread is 7.25. So if the market went up, if the S&P went up 25%, take the 25%, reduce it by 7.25, and the client would get the 17.75%. And the way the multipliers work, it's not really too complicated, but I'll skip this one here. Let's assume it's a 12% cap, and it's designed to enhance the market, but the market goes up 15%. 100% of the 15 is 15%, but there's a 12% cap. All right, so the most they could get is 12%. However, with the multipliers, they would take that 12%, multiply it by the 25%, and it would increase it to 14.8. And on the other one, the 60%, it's a maximum 12% cap. They would get 19.2%. Hope I didn't make it too difficult. I tried to make it as easy as possible. Know that there's an option there. When markets are kind of volatile, people can move around and they can take the multiplier and take advantage of it. This just shows a little bit about the different percentages. If S&P was 5%, with the multipliers, they would increase, et cetera. So living benefits are included, as we talked about earlier, on this product as well. And it's, again, our cash cow. It's designed for a lot of different insurance needs, whether it be college funding, mortgage, retirement, tax-free retirement income, mortgage protection, early payoff, et cetera. You can apply it anywhere. The big thing about IUL is the client has to have the money to pay. And it's not meant to just pay the premium. They really want to overfund it so that they can accumulate tax-free money. Cash cow, IUL. So where do our products fit? The guaranteed UL, all right? Anybody who's looking for a long-term permanent life insurance plan with a no lapse guarantee, guaranteed UL, lowest cost premium product for permanent life insurance. Term products, temporary need, satisfy a temporary need, whether it be a business need, a mortgage need, as their kids are growing up for the blackout period, whatever. Term insurance seems to fit a lot of people's needs, and it has a lot of flexibility with our ability to convert to permanent insurance. Our vanilla UL, it's just a standard UL product. People are looking to accumulate a little bit of cash and maintain it's a low-cost UL product with a guaranteed interest rate. Whole life, you pretty much know where that fits. It's a minimum 10,000. Has a lot of bells and whistles on it. I think it's the only whole life plan that I'm aware of that has living benefits. So take a look at that. It may fit your senior market need for that 50 and under face amount. Just be aware that it's a fully underwritten product through our accelerated underwriting process. So be aware of that. And then the IUL is our cash cow. That's a little bit more complicated, but if you have a client that's looking to accumulate money for whatever the needs may be, that's the product in our portfolio that fits. So when I started out earlier saying we don't have a lot of product, we have a lot of product. We have all the product you need, but each one of our products fit a specific need. And there's a lot of products out there that you have an IUL, yes, but you have 6 or 7 different variations of it. We don't. We have one. We have a GUL. Some companies have 3 or 4 different GULs. We don't. We have one. So, and that's the way we operate. We have one product, and not that one product fits all, but we make it as comprehensive as possible, that it makes it simple for you, simple for the client, and easy to understand. So with that, on the screen, the contact information again. And I just want to thank everybody for your participation. And hopefully you'll take another look at American National. Hopefully we can help you satisfy your clients' needs. And Brian, with that, I'll turn it over to you. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, John. I appreciate you going through the details of each of the products. And like I said, you don't see a lot of carriers that'll have an IUL and a participating whole life. So that's one of the things I love about American National, just the diversity of your products. So we do have a few questions that have been asked. The first question here is, can you define risk qualifier?
Very good question. Okay, a risk qualifier is another underwriting qualifier that the industry has gone to. I'm going to explain it as easy as I can. It's meant to, how can I say this? It's meant to help with the quality of business. All right. When you apply for a mortgage, they don't like us to equate it to this, but this is the easiest way to, in my opinion, to explain it. When you go for a mortgage or you go for a credit card, they do a credit check on you. And if you fall within a certain credit number, if you're over 700, you'll qualify for a better insurance rate that somebody's at 500. All right. That's what a risk qualifier does basically. All right. They run a risk qualifier only up to $1 million. Anybody over $1 million does not, they don't run it. Anything under 100,000, they do not run it. All right. And they have scores. The underwriters don't have scores, but the overall Lexus is the company that does it. All right. They have risk qualifier scores, and they say, and I'm just making these numbers up to make it relative. Okay. They say anybody that comes in between the score of 300 and 400 should not get any better than a standard risk. All right.
Mhm.
Anybody over that is qualified for, preferred risk. So even though you can't determine this in the field, your client, as far as you know, is perfectly healthy. Everything is perfect, except when you go in, and they only go into the public records. So whatever's in the public record, and they find out that that client is 3 year and back taxes. They haven't paid child support in 3 years. They owe 3 credit card payments. Those are the kind they had a. Those are the kind of things that they look at. They got a tax lien on the property, and that affects the score. So every one of those things dings the score lower and lower and lower and lower. All right, and then when you get underwritten, even though you're perfectly healthy, that risk classifier says, yeah, you're perfectly healthy, but you still don't qualify for anything better than a standard risk. All right,
Okay.
that's the best I can explain it. It creates a
No, it's
lot of stomach pains for a lot of agents because you can't explain it. But you know what? When you go back to the client and say this is the way it is, the client will say, "Oh, okay," because they realize that
right,
they've got those things.
right, right. All right.
I hope
Thanks. I
that helps.
appreciate you going through that. Absolutely. Um, and Janice is asking, what is American National's AM Best rating?
It's A. Both of them are A.
Excellent. All right, very good. Now, a few other questions here. Are there any age restrictions as far as COVID is concerned?
Very good question. This is a crazy time, isn't it? Okay,
Yes.
over age 80 is automatically postponed. So 80 and
Okay.
above is automatically postponed. Between the ages of 60 and 79, anything rated table 4 or higher is automatically postponed. Anybody who's traveled internationally, which I know nobody has, within the last 30 days is automatically postponed.
Oh, wow.
And anything 70 or over, they all need a NIA. They get an NIA, and they need a health questionnaire signed. So we really
Okay.
haven't run into any roadblocks. Some companies are 70 and over; they're postponing everything.
Yeah,
We're
that's
not
what we've been
doing.
seeing.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're doing 80 and over. 60 to 79, only over table 4 do we postpone.
Okay. All right, very good. The next question is, are the living benefits an included rider or optional rider?
Included. And that's why I
Included.
mentioned our package approach.
Wow.
Everything within our policies are included. When you give a premium, that includes everything. So when you give a premium on our guaranteed UL, that includes living benefits up to up to $2 million for critical, chronic, and terminal. It includes the cashback option in years 15, 20, and 25. It includes the late payment option, and it includes the automatic table reduction.
Well, and that's something that definitely needs to be mentioned, especially make sure as agents, we need to make sure that we are comparing apples to apples, because sometimes, in particularly if we're looking at a term policy, you may be dealing with a vanilla term, whereas with American National's product is going to include those living benefits. So that's something that you definitely want to make sure that you mention. So that's good information.
Exactly.
All right. So the next question is evidence of insurability required at conversion with the ART?
No, that's the beauty of it. That's why I mentioned. That's why I mentioned, especially in this pandemic situation. People are scared to. I don't hate to use a pun, but people are scared to death. All right.
Hmm.
And you know what? You got a lot of young families out there. They lost their jobs, or they don't have the security. They don't know what's going on. You know, you don't have to sell them whole life. You don't have to sell them, a high premium product. Go in and be their friend and sell them the lowest premium product you can sell them. Get as much insurance that they can afford on them at the time. All right, and you'll be very surprised when this is over, when this webinar is over and you're done and you're sitting at home. Go and get an ART quote. Call that number I gave you, 1-888-501-4043, and get a few illustrations. Get a half a million on yourselves. Get a $500,000 illustration, and just see how much it costs. You're going to be surprised. And it includes living benefits. And go out and uh, sell the annual renewable term, because with the premise that you're going to come back when this pandemic is over and see if what the situation is, and convert them to a 20 or 30-year term within the first 3 years. Had no evidence of insurability. So what you're doing is you're guaranteeing their insurability in the future. If they came down
Awesome.
with COVID, we don't know what that means 6 months down the road.
Right.
This guarantees
And
their
I,
insurability.
I tell you what, I have never even considered an annual renewable term. So having you kind of explain how it works, to me, definitely, I'm sure is going to open up a lot of us to considering it when we're talking to clients. So that's an awesome product. So thank you so much for going through that. Just a
You're
couple more
welcome.
questions here. Couple more questions. Is Express available on the Signature Whole Life?
Yes,
Wow. Okay. And then the follow-up question is, what's the age range for the Whole Life product?
85, 0 to 85.
0 to 85. Wow. So I know that makes a lot of our final expense guys' ears perk up, because sometimes you run into very healthy seniors.
Mm-hmm.
They could go through this process. So that's very good. All right. And then the last question we have here is, if we need help structuring an IUL, can someone at American National help?
That's what that field support number is. Call that field
Okay.
support number at 1-888-501-4043.
Absolutely. Okay.
Or
So
or you
John,
or you can go to Messer, or you can call Benchmark, or whichever your uplines are
right, right. So,
managing.
John, thanks so much. I appreciate you going over the information. Definitely eye-opening. A lot of the, as far as the living benefits, the ART that you just went over, the whole life, and in particularly the IUL and the benefits of that as far as cash value is concerned. So I definitely appreciate you going through that information. And before we do close out, is there anything that you want to share with the agents that are on the line with us in closing?
No, I just appreciate it. Just keep the faith. We will be able to get back to face appointments one
Yeah,
of these days. Um,
yeah.
things stay positive. We have contests. We just know that American National is doing everything we possibly can to make your business environment with American National as easy as possible.
Absolutely. All right. And once again, I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your day. Hopefully, you learned something new about American National that you can put into your tool belt and start presenting to your clients. If you're not contracted with Messer, if you do have questions about partnering with us, please feel free to contact our marketing department at 866-568-9649, extension 7819. If you are not contracted with American National, please go into your Assurance Bay portal and do so. Just select American National and go through that process. This is definitely a company that you want to have available to present to your clients. Also, take a moment to check out our events calendar at messerfinancial.com. We will be having webinar workshops scheduled throughout the year with valuable information, just like John presented to us. But once again, I want to thank you all for joining us, and please take care of yourselves and everyone around you. Have a great day.